Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be sharing my thoughts on my Fantasy Premier League team for my upcoming game week. Last week, I scored 54 points, with 16 points coming from my bench. I am currently on a green arrow and just inside the top 500k in the rankings. I still have Andreas Pereira to play against Chelsea, so let's see how I fare at the end of the game week. Let's now look at how my team is shaping up. Starting with my goalkeeper, I've picked Ederson over Ward due to Manchester City's double game week and Leicester's less than stellar defense. Ederson faces tough fixtures against Manchester United and Tottenham this game week, but they are still given the highest probability of at least a clean sheet. For my defense, I have Trippier at right back. I benched him last game week and lost out on 8 points, which cost me 100k in the rankings. Trippier is a bonus points magnet due to his high number of key passes from corners. He faces Fulham next, who will have Mitrovic back from suspension, making a clean sheet a bit trickier to come by. At centre back, I have Perraud. He got his first start last game week since the restart and conceded a goal to Nottingham Forest, who just had their second away goal of the season. He faces Everton away from home next, who have struggled to score goals since the restart. I just hope he starts and outscores Shaw and White, who I have decided to bench for this game week. I also have Digne at left back. I brought him in last week for his fixtures, but he disappointed early on after Wolves scored. He was involved in most of the free kicks that required balls into the box, so I'm hopeful that he can pick up some assists in the near future. Digne faces Leeds at home next, with a 34% chance of a clean sheet according to the Fantasy Football Hub fixture ticker. Digne is also an attacking threat going forward, and I'm hoping he can contribute with some attacking points as well. Moving on to my midfield, I have Almiron as my first pick. I made the right decision by benching him last game week. He faces Fulham next, who have the least chance of a clean sheet this game week. Almiron is still the best value midfielder in the game, and I'll give him a few more weeks before considering a switch to Odegaard. Next up is Saka, who faces Tottenham away from home. He had a blank last game week but still looked promising in the attack. Tottenham is Saka's favourite club to face, having scored 5 goals against them in the last 3 games he's played against them. Next up is Rashford, who I'm happy to say I made the right decision on as captain last game week. He's one of the most informed players in the league at the moment and scored again in the FA Cup yesterday. Rashford faces Man City at home, against whom he hasn't scored in his last 3 league appearances. I'm hoping he can break his duck and continue his good form against City. Rashford is now close to 40% owned, which makes it tricky to sell him, but I'll have to consider it if his form starts to dip. I also have De Bruyne in my midfield. This is probably the last chance I'm going to give him, as he's looked poor since the restart. However, the 4 big chances he has created in the last 3 game weeks show that it's his teammates who haven't been performing up to par. De Bruyne faces Manchester United and Tottenham next, and has a good record against United with 5 goal involvements in the last 2 games against them. However, he hasn't had much success against Tottenham in recent times, with no direct goal involvements in the last 4 games. I'll be keeping a close eye on De Bruyne's performances and may consider selling him if he doesn't improve. Up front, I have Haaland as my first forward pick. He's the highest point scorer in the game right now and plays twice this game week. I expect his effective ownership to be well over 200%, so even if he is your captain, you may not see much rank gain. In fact, you might see some rank loss due to the number of people that will triple captain him. Haaland has a great record against Manchester United, scoring a hat-trick and 2 assists against them earlier this season. He has yet to play against Tottenham, so this could be the game that settles the Kane versus Haaland debate. My second forward is Nunez. He had another disappointing game after a goal was disallowed and an overall poor performance. I'll be looking to sell him before next game week, even though he faces Brighton away from home. I'm also considering selling Martial as my third forward. He hasn't looked too good in front of goal since the restart and faces one of the best defenses in the league. However, Man City is also his favourite opponent, so I might keep him for 1 more game week. This is a decision I'll make closer to the game week deadline. For my transfer plans, I'm almost certain to bring in Kane for Nunez. Kane also has a double game week against Arsenal and Man City. He has scored 14 goals against Arsenal, which is his favourite club to face. He also scored both goals in their 3-2 loss against Manchester City the last time they faced off. It's hard to go wrong with having the two highest point scorers in the game, both with double game weeks against their favourite clubs to score against. It seems like nothing can go wrong for this one. I'm also considering bringing in Mbeumo from Brentford for Martial. Brentford has looked strong this season, and while Tony has been their standout player, Mbeumo hasn't been too far behind. They showed that they can perform without Tony after their 3-1 win over Liverpool this game week, with Mbeumo being the main man. They face Leeds next, who they beat 5-2 the last time they met this season. Mbeumo is a promising young player, and I'm hoping he can continue his good form against Leeds. That's it for my team overview. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Good luck in your own Fantasy Premier League journey.